Well, what a remarkable venue. It was awesome to be in Foster Pavilion. What a beautiful place. What an awesome college atmosphere. Obviously, Baylor's got a great team. Coach Drew's doing a great job with the team. You know, over the course of the game, I felt like we had a good feel for it, but then they had that stretch in the second half where we couldn't get a stop, and their switching caused us some problems. We panicked a few times. You know, at the first half we had a hard time rebounding. Second half we did a better job rebounding, but we couldn't guard them. So that's a really good team. We didn't play our best, and we've got to play better in order to win in this league, especially on the road.
Let's start with questions for Joe.
Joe, Coach has kind of talked a little bit about how you're kind of trying to balance the scoring impact that you want to have and the distribution impact you had. You did a little bit of both tonight. How has that process been for you, kind of trying to balance the two?
Honestly, that's just trusting Coach, honestly. I mean, I feel like, you know, every game is different, you know, and I feel like this game I had to put a bigger impact on the game from the jump. So I feel like every game is going to be different, but, you know, it's still a process, and I'm still working on it, you know, and I'm trusting Coach and, you know, just believing in us and believing in his team.
What did you see from the big guys out there that didn't have Warren, had a couple guys off the bench that haven't played a ton? What did you see from Eey and Chiron especially?
I'm actually proud of them, to be honest with you. I mean, they got thrown in the fire. You know, they didn't know, you know, Warren wasn't going to play. So, you know, we had to mentally prepare them like right before the game started. But you know, I'm happy and content with it. You know, they didn't back down. You know, they had a couple fouls. But that's just them. They got to get better. That's all. You know, we got to work together as a team to get them better, get them ready. You know, and I'm happy though. I'm happy that they got some minutes, and you know, they got a taste of it, and now it's just to build on it.
Joe, Michael Nichols, our Daily Bears, over here. What was the challenge of going against Baylor's bigs in Ojawuna and Misi?
Well, credit to those guys and the coaches for recruiting them. They're just very mobile. They can really move. They can block shots. They're tall, long arms, you know, and, you know, like I said, credit to them for being mobile and moving and stuff like that. But, you know, we just got to be tougher than what we've been in the last 3 games, honestly.
All right, we'll let Joe. Question.
Grant, kind of same thing to you. What did you see from Chiron and Eey out there? Their first kind of, especially Chiron's first real run of the season.
Yeah, we needed them both in a game like this. You know, they both got in foul trouble, so I think they were trying to figure out how to play the game without fouling but still be physical at the same time. And you know, for the most part, you know, you feel like that if you can just keep the game within reach, you know, that maybe you can find a way to win it at the end. And for the most part, I thought those guys did that for us. You know, the hard part about game prep is we really just need to practice, and you don't get many opportunities to practice this time of year. So kind of like what Joe said, for them to step in a game like this and contribute was a positive for us.
And you guys have had a lot of close games in conference play. You were winning some of them. Now you're kind of on the wrong end of them. Is there any difference between what you guys got out of those wins and what these last couple of games have been for you?
Well, obviously playing against great teams that have an identity, and this team does. I mean, they got great guard play. They got to the free throw line. That's kind of been the formula for us, is don't turn the ball over, and how do we get to the free throw line? And we turned the ball over, and they scored off of them. And they got to the free throw line in a significant more times than we did. So those are 2 big contributors to our success. Even when we haven't rebounded well, when we've done those 2 things, then we've given ourselves a chance. And today we just turned it over too many times. We're in important spots that I thought hurt our team, and then weren't physical enough to get to the free throw line, and they were.
Coach, back here behind the cameras, Parker Reed, Fox 44 Sports. Just wanted to kind of talk about Scott and going up against him. You know, what was that like? How special was that just to coach from 2 different benches for the first time?
Yeah, actually it was the second time. I was the head coach at Midwestern State back in the day, and we came in and played in an exhibition game during the season. But this being, a part of having been a part of his staff, I just love him. I really do. I just respect him. But when you prepare for a game like this, it's not about that, It's about these guys and these players. And I'm thankful for our team. And I'm thankful they've been through a lot this year already in a short amount of time. And so, more than anything, I just wanted to give them the best chance I could to help them win. That's what I thought this was about. A lot of great people here that I love, and I love Coach, and I love a lot of people on that staff. Chris Nottingham's on our staff. He's our video coordinator. He's been a part of this program. And so for him, he's just been huge for us. And it's guys like that I think make Coach Drew so special, is because he just cares about everybody if you've been around him. So we haven't been feeling great. Our team hasn't. Coach Drew's one of those guys. He called me and he's like, "Hey, you want to spend the night at my house?" I'm like, "No, Coach, I don't want to do that." It just shows you what he cares about people. And he's like, "Hey, I can get you a Z-Pack." He just is an amazing guy. And so this game is about, to me, is about preparing our team as best we could to win. And obviously didn't do a great job of that.
Coach Bryce Cherry, Waco Trib, just to kind of build off that last question a little bit, how much do you and Scott, and maybe Tang, communicate during the season? And obviously you've all got your own teams to lead, but it sounds like obviously you do talk.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to communicate these days is through text messages, obviously, and voice texts. And Coach is the guy that holds all this together. That's the truth. And he's always putting us in group text. And if you don't respond, you feel bad about it. So he's just great at it, man. He's a connector. He loves people well. He's a servant, cares about people more than he cares about himself. He never wants it to be about him. But I think he is always trying to figure out a way. So, we talk just about every couple days, every day. One of us all in a group text or cheering for each other and pulling for each other. And games like this, I know, make it hard on him, but he's tremendous.
Coach, Robbie Fueling, Spectrum News 1. When you come back to Waco, what are the first things that come to your mind just as a former player and a coach?
Man, a lot, honestly, but really just how thankful I am to have the opportunity to be around such great people, man. And I walk into this room and I see Kevin, I see just a lot of people, John, who's covered since I played, just got great people in here, and just people that I think you just appreciate the more you do this, the people. So just great people. My daughter's in the stands. She's going to school here. So really awesome to be around family. A lot of my college buddies were back in town to be here. So just a lot of beautiful people that I love to be around.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Grant, I guess you were just trying to do everything you could to slow down that run. But you called your last timeout with 6.5 minutes to go. Is that what you were trying to do, just anything you could to slow that run down? Yeah,
well, you don't take timeouts with you. So we, felt like if we could keep the game close enough and keep being able, because we just had so many guys that haven't played that many minutes in these positions. And so with Rob having to play more tonight and with Chiron playing, and then we went small, I was just trying to give those guys as much as we could. We come out of a timeout, and we didn't want Misi going right. But then we just let him go right and dunk it. It's like those are scouting mistakes you just can't make in a game like this. And so you get these timeouts, and you're trying to remind them, like, this can't happen again, and do a better job. And unfortunately, there weren't enough timeouts to withstand that.
Ishmael Johnson, Dave Campbell's. This team has a different identity from what you kind of left at UNT a little bit. Is that more of a personnel thing? You guys are a lot more up-tempo on offense, a lot more perimeter-oriented. Is that more of like this style of play suits the personnel that you have, or is that, something that maybe you couldn't necessarily do at your last stop?
Yeah, no, ultimately we're going to give our team the best chance to win. And, this team has elite perimeter shooting, and good physicality, but we're not the most physical basketball team. And so to get into half-court grinds isn't necessarily give this team the best chance to win. I mean, we got to figure out a way to guard better and rebound. But the biggest thing for me is just loving these guys and helping them be their best. And these guys are at their best when we can give them some space to shoot the basketball, and it's fun to watch. Honestly, I love coaching them. That's why I told them at the end, like, I didn't like the things that we did over the course of the game, but that last 3.5 minutes, just the fight that it takes to put yourself in the right position, it shows you the character of this team. And the more that we get, time to practice, I think you see kind of this team can really open the floor up and can score in transition, and it's a fun team to coach. Just wish we were tougher rebounding the basketball, and I think we can get there. We just need more practice. It's hard to find that in the Big 12, but that's what we need.